Now, the biggest difference between the women who support President Trump and the women that are in the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration is that we're actually women. Joe Biden has even said most of the women in my administration are women. And I don't know if that's exactly true. I think it's just a bunch of men in skirts and lipstick.
Lauren Boebert is so funny. She should start doing stand-up. In the wake of so much of what I have seen in social media online after this election has happened, where I see groups of teenage boys chanting at girls in their class, "Your body, my choice," I just feel the need to point out the absolute freaking irony that Lauren Boebert is claiming that the Republicans is the party of women for women. She's also claiming that people are tired of the divisiveness, and that's why they have voted Republican. Let me remind you of some clips, just really proving both of those points.
But his daughter's a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
So apparently, part of unity and anti-divisiveness that women are so tired of is just more divisiveness and hating everyone. Let's be completely honest. Republicans are not curing divisiveness in this country, and this election has done nothing but just further divide us. But again, I've mentioned this in many videos. If you've watched my videos before, you know I've said very similar things in the past. It's not about what it's about. It's not about women. It's not about trans women. It's not about gay people. It's not about hating on Puerto Rico. It's not about any of those things. It's about, what do I need to say to convince you to give me what I need, which is exactly what Lauren Boebert has done her entire career. And what she wants, the thing she's after, is always money. Whether it's directly getting money or whether it's donors paying her to pass certain bills and motions that they want.
I rise today to offer my amendment that requires regional foresters to submit a plan on the sale of Christmas trees and firewood on federal land. Under current law, American families can purchase a permit from the Forest Service to cut Christmas trees from their favorite national forests, as well as harvest any firewood, transplants, posts, and poles, and other forest products to improve forest health. Removing these trees in designated areas helps other trees grow larger and can open areas that provide food for wildlife, end quote. My constituents are struggling right now as they deal with the disastrous effects of the Democrats' destructive economic policies. They unleashed record inflation on Americans that has raised utility bills, drove up energy costs, and made it harder to live for most Americans. My amendment provides an affordable fuel alternative for families across the nation to heat their homes, as well as create lasting holiday memories for families to interact with their local forests.
I just want to propose an amendment that saves the spirit of Christmas and helps people heat their homes and have lovely Christmas trees and bond with the national forests and the parks. And I'm just trying to save them from the evil Christmas-hating Democrats. Yeah, her amendment doesn't even do that. This amendment, the forests don't even need it. They already sell firewood and Christmas trees under something else. It's not like they're prohibited by the Democrats from doing this. they already have something in place. This amendment does something completely different.
Similar to Ms. Boebert's last amendment, this amendment was summarized by Republicans as requiring the regional foresters to develop plans, in this case, the plans for the sale of Christmas trees and firewood. Once again, I would like to clarify that this amendment doesn't do that. It does not require anything of regional foresters. Instead, it requires special consideration for project proposals under the Collaborative Forest Landscape Restoration Program that seek to facilitate the sale of Christmas trees and firewood on lands under the jurisdiction of the Secretary of Agriculture or the Secretary of the Interior. The Landscape Restoration Program was not created for the sole purpose of revenue building by removing trees from public lands. The program is meant to do what it says in its program title: promote collaboration among federal land management agencies and the public for the purpose of restoring forest landscapes. Tree harvesting for anything other than the purpose of landscape restoration is not in the spirit of the program. By placing a preference on projects that are related to Christmas tree harvest, this amendment would limit the landscape restoration program by prioritizing a marketable product over landscape restoration. And to be extra clear, the Forest Service already has broad authority to conduct the sale of firewood and of Christmas trees. They don't need it under this restoration program.
Now, why would we restore our national forests when we could profit off of them? So they have something in place to safely harvest firewood and sell Christmas trees. So they're trying to introduce an amendment that does that, even though that already happens. But really what it does is it says, you stop your restoration because we want to use this area to chop down all your trees and sell them. But just like, oh, Republicans, MAGA, us, the party of women, it's a big fat lie, and they're selling the lie instead. And the lie here is Democrats hate Christmas.
It's so sad to hear my colleagues on the other side of the aisle hate Christmas. This would allow restoration of our forests. Like I said, our forests are overgrown. This would allow a fun way for families to participate in healthy forest management by thinning some of the living trees that are overgrown on our forest lands.
As a Christian, I am offended that my colleague on the other side of the aisle would suggest that I hate Christmas. This bill has nothing to do with inhibiting people from celebrating their religious holidays, including through having a Christmas tree. This amendment and this debate is about the fact that this amendment does not do what the gentlelady from Colorado claims that it does.
Do I wish politicians would just tell the truth and be transparent? Yes, I do. But unfortunately for you and me, that is not the world we live in. So you have to take everything they say with a grain of salt and do your own research. Like I say in every video, I feel like a broken record, but there's someone out there watching this video has never seen any of my videos. Please, please, please always look it up. Read the amendment. These things are public information. Read and don't just trust the immediate thing they're telling you. Don't just trust anything that I tell you. Look it up. Look it up for yourself. That is the most important, crucial thing you can do, is build your own researching skills and build your own critical thinking skills. Please research things on your own. And before you do that, I would like to thank you for watching. And if you want to check out some content that isn't an absolute downer like all of my political videos are these days, you can check out my personal YouTube channel at Bad Gamer Wyatt. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.